wandering, however, I am not lost. Why do I continue to ask myself who I am, or tell myself I'm sick of myself? Who is I, and who is myself? The ego tells me I'm confused, but maybe the truth is the ego doesn't understand what my soul does. The ego tries to force labels upon myself and others. Is it possible that these are all illusion, simply because we are everything? When looking at another soul, you'd be merely looking at yourself. To hate them would be to hate yourself. To love them would be to love yourself. Look for the depth between the words. How can hatred and judgment exist if we are a part of all things? Endless thought patterns, internal hell of never-ending anxiety can be laughed at. Inner peace will shine through the darkness of an ego-identified mind. Will I continue to look at my internal chaos as a curse? Or can I simply change my perception to unveil the truth that it's a gift and a miracle that I can put myself into others' shoes and feel everything they feel? I choose to correct my perception of everything and everyone in this world, so my judgments, my past and future labels, and my ego-identified mind and world will be put to sleep forever. I rest in peace knowing the truth. I rest in peace knowing that only one love with no opposite envelops the world. I rest in peace knowing that the love I speak of flows through me. I continue to envelop that love. I have died. Some cannot possibly fathom what I am saying yet, but I assure you those words will reveal the gold under the clay when the time is right. The opposite of death is not life. The opposite of death is birth. I have died to be reborn to see my true nature that never left me. The ego doesn't understand, because the ego does not communicate with the truth. They have never met each other. This is why the ego always takes you to a dead end no matter how many circles you go in. How many thought patterns you replay, square one always ends up being the destination. The important factor in this is to realize that you are not fighting to win against the ego. You are not a victim of a bully defined as the ego. It was self-created. Now I tell you, what is self-created can be self-transformed. So I reiterate, you are not fighting to win against the ego. You simply allow it to lose. Allowing your true self to let go and stop resisting the ego-identified mind will cause the ego to implode. Prejudgments, future anxieties, guilt, and all other emotional turmoil you created into a personal hell will die. That part of you will die. After the death of this you I speak of, you will be reborn to realize what living actually feels like. To live in a world where thought is neutral, used as a tool only when it is deemed necessary. To be in the present moment, witnessing the beauty around you. To allow yourself to leave your comfort zone that you've been held captive in for so long that it's left you exhausted and unhappy. It may be frightening for me to tell you to leave your shackles behind and experience life, because for so many years it has been ingrained in your mind that you're something less than limitless. Why is this frightening, you may ask? To leave behind your shackles means to give up your current obsolete life patterns and go for the things you really want out of life. And that is what the ego is afraid of. to realize the immense energy and enormous power you have always had within. The ego asks, what will I possibly have if I give up these current patterns I'm too afraid to let go of? I will have nothing. Exactly. You will not have any more patterns, false identities, stomach-twisting stresses and anxieties, and each day will not be a trudge to the finish. You shall join the divine dance that encompasses the now. In return of giving up everything to then have nothing, you will once again receive everything in a completely different way. Your life will be yours to do with as you please. It's your choice. Where there is anger, happiness may be chosen. Where there is hate, peace may be chosen. Where there is revenge, forgiveness may be chosen. When your soul shines through an open heart, you will find yourself walking into a room full of strangers and realizing that you love them all. It may be the hardest and most difficult journey you have found yourself in this far, but I tell you this, when you free yourself to the infinite love that pervades all things, life will flow with the ease of a gentle river full of light.